So I know I'm late to all of this Kendrick and Drake shit, but probably because I personally don't care about the beef. To me, it's more of a slap fight than it is an actual beef. I like older diss tracks when rappers wanted to actually kill each other, and there was some aggression coming from the rappers like Biggie and Tupac, or Nas and Jay Z, or every Eminem diss track. This is how a diss track should sound, by the way.
Your mother, you fucking faggot. Hey yo, this next song is dedicated to the memory of Eric Schroeder.
Even in that song, his singing is ironic. He's singing about hoping someone has a heart attack. You know, unlike Drake, who sings in every song. One's a conscious rapper, so I don't really expect to get much disrespectful shit from him. And the other one is the biggest pussy in the history of hip-hop. So on top of these guys not really being the battling type, even though there's footage of one of them battling, and the other one most likely has battle rappers as ghostwriters instead of sitting down and making one diss track that's great, like Nas did with Ether. All of these dudes keep going around making these mediocre diss tracks back to back. Jay-Z kept responding to Nas after Ether, and the consensus from basically everyone was that he should just stop because he was making himself look worse. And Drake was the one who made this gay shit trendy, which was easy for him when he didn't have to actually write any of the songs. Mainstream rap battles have been lame for a while now, and people think that just because you made two shitty songs back to back, that means you won, that you owned the other guy. And not only that, but they think that you've surpassed Hit 'Em Up and No Vaseline, and all these other great foundational diss tracks. So all of that is gay as shit. But one thing I actually do like about this beef is that people are finally acknowledging the accusations that Drake might just be a pedo, that have been out there for a while now, but have gone under the radar, and Drake's response to these allegations have been pretty fucking weak, saying that because he's famous he would have been arrested by now for being a pedo, which of course is ridiculous, as if celebrities and rich people are treated worse by the law. In fact, him wording it like that makes me believe him even less. Pedos in Hollywood get to go decades before being exposed or caught, if ever at all. How can you say that you're not like Epstein, then claim you're too famous to not be caught? And saying that he expected this angle from Kendrick is the kind of thing that guilty people worry about. It wouldn't be on your mind if you weren't worried about it in the first place. I might be a little biased because I want to believe these allegations, because it would finally explain why Drake, a 30-something-year-old man, wants to make songs for teenage girls, because he wants to fuck them. It's the only explanation that actually makes sense. And some of these lines in Drake's song kind of prove Kendrick's right about some of these allegations, and other lines just sound like Drake is deflecting, like claiming that Kendrick was raped, which isn't true, and then using that as a way of saying that that's why he cares if kids were molested by Drake. Yeah, so what? What kind of pedo logic is that? If anything, it's more likely that Drake was molested since he was a fucking child actor. So to me, this pedo shit is actually pretty funny, and saying shit like that is what I want to see in the beef, but to me, it still seems toned down. Neither one of them sounds as harsh as Eminem, and neither is rapping like Jay-Z or Nas was. So, for people to go around acting like that this is the greatest beef in the history of hip-hop is fucking weird. What makes it worse is how the news is covering this. I saw Rolling Stone magazine talking about how women are actually the victims in this beef, but they chose to write about other beefs like Chris Brown and Quavo, where Chris was saying that he fucked Quavo's ex when they were together, but somehow they took from that was that women should have free agency and can choose who they want to sleep with because they're not property. Well, if Chris Brown is telling the truth, wouldn't that make her a cheating whore, not a victim? You know what I mean? That doesn't make any goddamn sense. Like, that's what you took from this? And they were doing the same thing with the Kendrick and Drake beef. What do you want a diss track to sound like? Should everyone be holding hands at the end? That's what they want. That's what they want these diss tracks to sound like. They want them to be even lamer than they already are. The media should just sit this one out because they clearly don't understand the art form, and so their commentary on it isn't necessary. They can start covering it when all of these Drake victims come out, but that's it. Until then, hopefully, Kendrick actually comes out with an ether level diss track, but I'm not holding my breath.